Hello and welcome to my first video. I'm very excited because I haven't ever done this before. So here I'm making beef and peas and I'm starting off with some onions because I gotta speed up here. Okay, so the onions are now frying. They're a nice brown color, so that's the color you want. And I'm adding a teaspoon of, what was that? That was half a teaspoon of cardamom, and that's a teaspoon of coriander, a teaspoon of cumin, and the first one at the beginning was a teaspoon of 7 spices. So mixing that up, adding in the ground beef. Here we go. Breaking it all apart. You're going to want it to be pretty thawed if you had it frozen. Okay. Keep stirring that up. You don't want it to be too lumpy, so you want to get a good mix in there. Just keep breaking it apart with your spoon. Okay, so here I'm adding some bay leaf and a cinnamon stick. And here we go with 4 garlics. Going to crush them up. And with the cinnamon stick, you want to just be careful. You want to just be aware that cinnamon can be very overpowering. So you want to maybe just check on it, make sure that it's not too cinnamony. If it is, you might want to take out the stick at some point while you're cooking. And here we go with some salt and pepper. It's going to smell really good at this point. Yummy. Okay, here we go with some tomato paste. 2 heaping teaspoons. Mix that up. And then we're going to want to add some tomato sauce, about half a cup in here. And mixing up that goodness. And then a bit of water. That's about a 1/4 cup of water, I'd say. And that's going to give it this stewy feel. Now we add the peas. So I'm just using frozen peas, 1.5 cups of them. And these are the smaller peas, so they cook a bit faster, and that way they'll get softer, and you don't have to worry about that. And so here I'm just covering it, and I'm going to lower the heat and let it simmer. Now for the rice. There's a few different ways of doing this, but I've been doing it this way. Put in about a tablespoon of butter, maybe 1.5 tablespoons. And here we got some vermicelli. So this is the one that's not pre-cut, so I just like to crush it up a little bit with my hand and put it in the pot, and there we go. We're going to roast it. So you want to watch out because this can burn very quickly, so keep your eye on the pot and just keep stirring it as you go. Keep stirring it lightly because you don't want to crush up the noodles. And so here we go. I'm adding in the rice, which has been soaked for 20 minutes. And this is Basmati rice. And so I'm mixing it in so that the vermicelli is nicely blended in with the rice. And now I'm adding boiling water. This is very important. Make sure you use boiling water, because otherwise, if you use cold water, your rice is going to get hard and it won't keep well. So always use boiling water. That's my tip. So here we go. Once the water starts to go down a bit, you want to simmer it. And then once you don't see any water, you want to turn it off and cover it with a towel. And you got to just let the rice sit now. Okay, so fast forward. Now the rice is ready. and it's so fluffy. So now we're going to be plating, putting that aromatic rice on the plate and topping it with this delicious beef and pea stew. Enjoy!